Happy Satirical Saturday. I'm the comedic curator of libertarian laughter. As the vaccine rolls out, which Joe Biden definitely developed all on his own, at least in spirit, the citizens of America are starting to take our president's advice. Unifying, and unifying to President Biden means division. Just like inclusivity is exclusivity, love is hatred, male is female, and of course, Biden means presidential. By the leftist definition, people are unifying, with the vaccine getting people covering their shirts with stickers and the bare shoulder people calling the others bootlickers. People who want to get the vaccine are mocking and ridiculing people different from them by calling them ignorant hicks who mock and ridicule people who are different from them. Everyone who doesn't get the vaccine thinks QAnon is real, Val Billington told us when we approached her. They're rude, stupid, intolerant people who are really at heart fascists who want to control how people live and what they can say. Well, I've got to run. I need to report Donald Trump Jr.'s Twitter account and then watch The Bachelor. And I've got a HOA meeting this afternoon. Well, moving on. Yesterday, the moment arrived. As eagerly anticipated, Elon Musk and Jordan Peterson sat down and had a discussion on the Canadian Clinical Psychologist podcast. But to 7 billion people's dismay, only the first 10 words could be understood. Elon, have you ever considered? The next set of words could not be understood, sounding like English but nevertheless unintelligible. But there seemed to be a question mark at the end of the sentence, for Dr. Peterson stopped speaking. And Elon Musk sat in silence for a few seconds, carefully choosing his words, or rather, the sounds coming out of his mouth that would shock the world for decades to come. Finally, he spoke. I'm not sure, he said. But science and what came next left half of the human race scratching their heads, while the other half were stuck still, barely breathing as their hearts raced and their synapses sparked together. And for the first time in human history, Alex Jones, sitting in his psychiatric holding room, and Ben Shapiro, sitting in his studio, had something in common. Both men were completely silent. Scientists worldwide are halting their research into things like inventing new surgery methods and curing Alzheimer's, commonly known as Biden brain, and are instead focusing on a more important task: making a transcript of the conversation and starting the daunting task of translating it. And to conclude today's satirical stories, a switching of sides is happening, similar to the mythical one that occurred with the political parties in the 1960s and 70s. To everyone's confusion, misogynistic chauvinists are defending women's rights to play against women in the WNBA and in the UFC. But feminists, seeing what those men are doing, have come up with an impressively intelligent counter: support a man's right to beat a woman in the UFC. And because of this, the world social scientists are observing that the battle of the sexes is coming to an end, because sex has been replaced with gender, and gender, of course, does not exist.